Hi, howdy, welcome back. Okay, I am again looking at Charlotte Tilbury's Fire Rose, is that the name of it? Fire Rose, because if any of you guys watched the last video, I applied it like it was supposed to be applied, like it says on the Charlotte Tilbury website, like it gives in the directions when you're online. Here's a swatch. We've got our Prime, our Enhance, our Super Pop, and our Smoke Shade. And yes, that's what it's labeled as, is a Super Pop on the back of this thing. Well, I applied it, and it is her new formula. But before we get too into that, if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If it's not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe, then like. Either or, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Okay, this is that quad. It is actually beautiful, but it is her new formulation. She came out with a new formulation. Her Christmas palette is in the new formulation. I did not pick it up because I had most of those colors from her already. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the new formulation. I'm not gonna drop $75 to just kind of find out. Well, then this came out, and anybody who watches my channel knows I am a Charlotte Tilbury collector. I collect her quads, I collect her makeup because it tends to be very flattering. Here is our swatches. This is our Prime, Enhance, Smoke, Super Pop. And yes, it's exactly how it's listed, Super Pop. Not just a pop, not a celestial, but a Super Pop, which usually means more metallics. Lately, she has really been leaning hard towards metallics. Now, the new formulation is supposed to, and I'm gonna prime my eyes right now, the new formulation is supposed to give it like, almost like a wet look at all times so that it is more vibrant and pops. And if you saw the last video, I felt kind of like I was prepping to be a streetwalker or possibly a drag queen. And you know what? To the folks that are drag queens, it rocks. You rock it. I mean, that is your goal. That is what you're looking for. If I'm going to work, that's not what I'm looking for. I mean, I support that whole movement and the group, but it's not one I'm attempting to copy while I'm on shift at work. And this was definitely not designed for the everyday woman to wear, which is weird because a lot of the folks that buy her stuff, are not going to be younger, if that makes sense. Not usually. They're aimed at, I'd say, more middle-aged ladies. That's just Charlotte Tilbury's following. It is. And I strongly suspect that's why she has her niece doing a lot of the stuff, is in hopes of getting a younger audience. Now, reference back to the other video, look at it, go, whoa, that is a lot. And realize we're gonna do two different looks today using this quad that are not how she suggests using them. We're gonna start off with, I think in this case, it was a case of pick a color and work from that. Today we're gonna start off on our Prime on this eye. As I apply this, you're gonna see what I mean by it looks wet. See, and I barely dipped into the pan, and you see how wet and metallic this looks just from barely dipping in. Like, whew. The fact that you can even see this, and a lot of times her rose golds were not visible in the past, not like super visible unless you were face to face with the person. Okay, we got our rose gold pop on here. And then just to change it up a bit, we're gonna use our Enhance on the actual lid itself, because the way it was listed on the website, I did not like that. Okay, rose gold up top, bronzy color at the bottom. That I kind of like together. That does not look like we're overdoing it. I think it was just the quad had too much going on all at once. Let's blend that together a little bit. Now, if we really want to, we're gonna grab the Super Pop, since she always recommends applying it with your finger, down the center of the eye. I like that. I definitely like that better. Okay, we will stand up. We will show you this at a different angle in a little bit. Let's try the second eye. And I think it was just the way she had it recommended. It was too much going on all at once. Now we're gonna try the prime again. See how it goes on? So wet and metallic looking. It's so visible. Like, yeah. Ooh, sorry, dog hair on the lash line. It's weird. Got taken care of. There we go. Got our prime. Let's hop on into our smoke shade. This beautiful red. This is like a lovely, lovely red, and it's basically just a matte russety red, and it's very pretty. Okay, got that there. Let's just buff that out a bit. There we go. Now, this on its own, I say, could be its own eye look. I'm not gonna lie. I like the way that is looking. I like the way that feels. Now, if you really want to pop it up, Super Pop. Right in the center of the eyelid again. I think it's just the original had too much going on all at once, and it kind of felt overwhelming. Ooh, I got Super Pop everywhere. But this case, it wasn't just fallout, it was my finger actually being chubby and getting everywhere. Now that, either one I could see doing. Not gonna lie. Let's stand up to where I usually apply makeup and take a look-see. See, now that I could go out in public in. Yeah, the original setup was just too aggressive, I think. A little too much metallics all at once. And I didn't care for it. It felt like too much. Like, the answer to the question was just to make it sparklier. And sometimes you just gotta dial that crap back. Like, you don't have to be as sparkly as possible, if that makes sense. So, I kind of like that look better. I'd do either one of these, honestly. But all four together at once just was overwhelming color-wise. Okay, guys, has anybody else tried this quad? What do you guys think? Is anybody else getting the sense that it's just too much at once? Or did you do like I just did and break it up and decide to do it in little micro segments instead of all at once? Come on, let me know what you think. Leave some comments down below. Definitely. Okay, guys. that is it for our second look at the Charlotte Tilbury quad. I think this quad was just a little too much. I get the feeling she basically brought it out to show off the reformulation. I don't think necessarily her Christmas palette went off as well as she had hoped. That happens sometimes. Sometimes if you're bringing out the exact same colors over and over and over again, and let's face it, she's got a color theme. Rose gold, red, like the oxblood red, peach, coral, in that color. She kind of skips over blues, oranges. Like one of my all-time favorite quads from her was actually an orangey based quad that was very fall forward. It was the Transform Eyes. But a lot of her stuff is just in the same vein. And I know it's starting to frustrate a lot of other people that are, you know, into her products, because I know it's frustrating me. I kind of wish she would be a little bit more aggressive with some of her color combinations, kind of like Pat McGrath. Or even some of the other higher end names like Chanel or Dior did some really pretty ones this year. And not to get weird, but Jeffree Star did actually a pretty good one with the Blood Money palette. I will show you guys that one in an upcoming video, okay? I did pick that one up just because green. Love green. Not gonna lie. Okay guys, leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you picked this one up, or if you're looking at this and going, now that I've seen it, I'm just not that interested. I would like to know. Honestly, I really am curious if I am the only one that looking at it going, and that is a palette, because these really do, these two really do come out very metallic looking on the skin. Love the mattes, which is the next video we're gonna look at, is actually her all matte pan she came out with, which I am, see, and I love it. It doesn't all come off at once, which shows you it is very pigmented. But we're gonna look at that next. The Charlotte Tilbury Easy Eye Palette, a mini eye palette with 2 easy to wear satin matte eye looks. So that's what we're gonna look at next time. Okay, and that's it for the night, guys. Remember, leave a comment down below. I do respond. Would be happy to show you anything you're asking about, especially when it comes to some of the stuff I do show you I have. If you're curious about ways it's applied or ways it feels, I do have no issue answering that. If you're curious as to why the hair is up in this, it's frustrating me. The bad haircut is growing out, and it's growing out in such a weird way, but now I'm just like, I don't know if I want to go get it fixed anymore or work done anymore, because it's just gonna come out bad again, and I'm starting to think it might be me. Okay guys, remember, be safe, 6 feet, social distancing, wear a mask, wash your hands. Sometimes the weirdest places are the hot spots, kind of like Indiana is a hot spot, and Pennsylvania is a hot spot. Serbia is a hot spot, unless I read too. Okay, have a good one.